Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Tonight, we reach the unofficial midway point of the season with a good Monday night battle, as it'll be the Raiders of Oakland taking on the Detroit Lions.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Here we go, set. Ready.
A first carry for the all-pro running back. It's Josh Jacobs. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down. Off the play fake, Mon.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
What an effort to get in there and drop it. Just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at third down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback, too.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is third and long.
And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on fourth down.
They get this out quickly to the left side. And he is going to have a Raiders first down as the defense couldn't come up with a big play. In fact, they got 6 more than they needed, a gain of 8 on 4th and 2.
4th and 2, they got it. That was kind of that gray area. Is that a feel thing, whether you go run or pass there offensively?
I think it's a feel thing. It's a tendency thing about what you like to do yourself on offense, as well as knowing how strong they are against the run on defense. Got to make a decision, and they made the correct one.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is third and long, though. From the gun, here's Mon. And that is incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. On the return is Williams. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Lions will take over. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now the former Bear, this is David Montgomery. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the... Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's the 12th overall pick in April's draft, Jahmyr Gibbs. And this will wind up the Lions first down as he gets it up past the 35. The Lions at 3 and 4 on the year coming into play. And Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. You look at this Raiders defense.
They put together a strong effort last week in the win over the Bears, CD.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. They'll try the air now with Goff. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. A first down there and a pickup at 25.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was a tight end. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 36.
Value 3, value 3. Hardball. Here we go.
From the gun, here's Goff. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Patterson back out there to send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down at a yard. Once again, it's Jacobs. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders have... as well. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
So the completion good for just 3, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Ready. Watch out now. 60 series.
Here's Mon. And this one is going to be off the mark. Too far out in front. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. You talk about this Lions defense. They're a unit that enters play way down, number 28 in the NFL right now against the run.
One thing you do know, they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them, they got to remember they got to sustain it because teams that are top 5, they don't stop running the ball if they don't get things done early.
Oh, the defense right there to stop him. Did he get the yard he needed? He did, says the referee. Barely. 1st down.
Ready.
Mon going to throw it. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. He'll get it inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 15. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Well, they go play action here. Mon. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by David Long. And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Goff now looking to throw. And that's going to be caught downfield by Mims. And he'll get this one away up just shy of the 45-yard line. Now a first down throw. Goff eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. He'll air this one out for Mims. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Flush to his right. Oh, poor decision there, and it's going to be intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half, because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Ready?
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. 45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Let's go now.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Ready?
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Shoves him aside. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we get...
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Kellen Mond from 17 yards out. And the Raiders are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. So they're down in the red zone. They opt to utilize his legs instead of the arm. It works out pretty well.
I like what they were thinking there, because in most situations now, defense is accounting for all the other runners on the field and, of course, for pass plays. But the quarterback position, oftentimes it is unaccounted for. Offense coordinator felt it, dialed it right up.
Inside the red zone, is this something teams should maybe, depending on the quarterback, do more often?
Definitely. If you've got a quarterback who can actually move it with his legs, that's an extra option and an extra weapon for you. I think they should utilize it more often.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
From them up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 6.
Hell, you won.
Goff now to throw. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Boy, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that. Charles's defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Ready.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Mon trying to get his guys to work quickly. Here's a quick throw out wide to Dorsett. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the 1st down at around the 22. Got to be careful here. They need to move quickly, but it's also 4th. Here's Mon. They're going for it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Mon now off of play action. He'll buy some time right. And he is across midfield from one 49 to the other 49. A gain of just 2. Mon throwing on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Jacobs going to try the middle. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the 1st half of play. for it. This is 4th down. Mond out of the shotgun. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. It's Brian Branch with it. And the Lions will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they do have terrific starting field position, but no timeouts to work with, so they'll need to operate quickly. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
On 2nd down, here's Gibbs. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, the first half very even. I mean, really in all facets. This ball game tied, Charles, so as we start the 3rd quarter. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. A big play there for Detroit. 42 yards. Now Goff on 1st down. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. Sheds off the tackle. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 24 yards the game there. Another 1st down as well.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Goff. Got a man on the right sideline. It's Gibbs. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal. That last throw moves him past 27,989 yards for his career, so that means he moves ahead of the blonde bomber, Terry Bradshaw, on the all-time list.
And boy, he loved to throw it downfield, didn't he? That's why he was the blonde bomber. Remember, he'd throw it downfield to John Stallworth and Lynn Swann. It was gorgeous. Big throws, big plays. Terry Bradshaw has a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Goff going to keep it himself, and he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Lions have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point by Patterson up and good, and that makes the score 14-7. Patterson back out there to send this one away. here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. But Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 95 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame. Dorsett's got it. Philip Dorsett by himself. Now he's free at the 35. He may go. Touchdown. Philip Dorsett, 68 yards. And the Raiders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run. So much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. Quinnen Williams, so hard to block, and he shows it that time, making the tackle for loss.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Goff. And this one too low.
So many qualities coaches tick off when they talk about, hey, what is it going to take to make an excellent quarterback? Accuracy has to rank near the top of every list.
Talk about arm strength, that's great. Mobility, great, but you need that accuracy in there. That one well in front of his man.
Yeah, now they got to face a big 3rd down.
We go, 76, 76.
I think a free play now for Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. Even after the penalty, still a full 7 yards to go on 3rd down. Now Goff. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
Las Vegas' pass rush was one of the weakest in the league last season, but don't tell that to Crosby. He earned Defensive Player of the Year votes with 12.5 sacks, nearly half of his team's total.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Dorsett on the return. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
Ready.
On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, Their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. On fourth down, Mond. They'll roll him out right. He's got his target. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
And he's got room. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And all the way in for the touchdown. Josh Jacobs with career touchdown number 60. And the Raiders have moved out in front here in the final minute of the third quarter.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Now it's Goff. And his pass incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. Finds Gibbs on a check down. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter of play. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get started. To bring you the fourth quarter. Pass for
protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And his throw here is incomplete.
Oh, this defense knows. Fourth quarter, they need to make a play. That one was right for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Max Crosby, his second sack of the night. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Here's Dorsett. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 167 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Ready?
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. Runs over him. Powers past him at midfield. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, put the bonus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They go with Jacobs. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end. And that play going nowhere. On 2nd down, Mon. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Mon going to throw it. And that will be incomplete as well.
That's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that CD, an important one here in the fourth quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a two-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a two-score game, and they were able to get it done. For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a two-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Got his man, it's Williams. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. 90 yards receiving now for him in the ball game. It's a first down. Throwing, Hooker. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's Deonte Banks with it, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection, and now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And
he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Raiders add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Now Hooker. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Gibbs straight ahead. And this will wind up a Lions 1st down as he's able to get this up past the 40. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Cougar 19. Go.
On 1st and 10, Hooker. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
And now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. They'll go for it. Hooker. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position.
Fly blue. Drill 52. Hut.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Rolling to his left. And his throw is incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Counter play with Jacobs. Oh, he bowls over him. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
3-3.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Raiders.
Ready.
Mon to the air on 1st and 10. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's Mon. Same target. It's Jacobs again. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Ready.
Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
5-97. Field black. Ready.
Here's Mon. They're going for it. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. Well, I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Raiders, the victory moves them to 7-1 on the year. And they will head back home.